All right, good morning, everybody. We are here at Faith Community Baptist Church. We did a walkthrough with them last year, and we are moving forward with upgrading their system. We're going to add a camera right there, a camera right there, one right there, one in the front. We're pulling down the projectors. Going to put two TVs in the front and redo their sound stuff. We're going to be putting an AJayTheCEO Mini Extreme SDI here, and got a new joystick and all this other fun stuff that we're going to redo. So let me come in here and bring everything in. I also forgot about my conduit that I had left over, so I'm gonna have to go back home and get that. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna concentrate my attention on is getting the media area straight. This is the rack that I put together. Gonna try and put that maybe over here, up under here, so that it's close enough, because we're gonna run a conduit up here, go across, and then also a conduit all the way across to the TV that's gonna be back there, as well as the camera. And then we'll focus our attention on pulling. Well, what I want to have done today is at least mount all the cameras, run all the cables to them, even if they're on the floor, to the cameras, and get them back here. Maybe do the back TV mount, and then concentrate on pulling down the screens up there. And I don't know if my ladder is going to be tall enough to reach those projectors up there, but at least pull those down. But I want to have everything back here done. So let's focus on that now. Now, this was the original PTZ they were using. This is a USB one. So this could have been daisy chained, but again, there's no dedicated video out. It's over USB. So the AJayTheCEO that they were using didn't have any connection to any of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this. And honestly, they were saying this wasn't even really being used. So we'll have this disconnected, and we will leverage this cable that they already have to connect into the AJayTheCEO. And a lot of this is probably going to go away as well too, but we'll leave it for right now. But ultimately, we're going to pull a lot of the stuff out of here. So it honestly looked like a bunch of these things weren't even really connected. They just had their cables. They were connected to themselves, but the cables were just behind the board, not connected to anything. So, yeah, like for example, this one is connected to the end, but that is coming from a tape deck, and I'm gonna make the executive decision that's not going to be needed, so we can get all this stuff out of the way. Plenty of space for the AJayTheCEO, the joystick, and a bigger monitor for the multi-view. All right, we're going to drill a bigger, expand this hole so that we can run all of the SDI cables through here. That will go down to the switch down there, and the cameras will come back up this way as well too. All right, let's go get my other drill I left in the car for that. Alrighty, we got a lot of this stuff cleaned up, got the AJayTheCEO connected, got the rack with the SDI distribution down there, got our feed. Alright, I'm gonna start making Ethernet connections to go from this one to feed here. Then we're gonna connect, like they have this router there, I guess for Wi-Fi access. I'm gonna see how maybe I can set that up as an access point so it's not something different, and have all of these integrated together. So the board and everything will come from here instead of something separate. Alright, they're doing a food pantry right now, so I'm gonna see if I can move the ladder, see if I can get that. If not, hang that camera, and then I'll come back, because I think the other camera is going to go right there with their setup. Alrighty, we got the joystick set up. We got one camera connected. controlled. I did run the cables all the way here. This is temporary. He's putting the jack for the TV, and I forgot the conduit. So most likely I'm gonna run the conduit. I was gonna say try and run it as high as possible, but I might not need to do that. I might run the conduit right up under the exit sign, at least about 6 inches down. So we're gonna come down from there and then come all the way across to right here and then down, and that's how we'll drop everything here, and then another piece of conduit will go up that will hide the other cables that go that way. So besides that, let's see, old firmware version. Let's go over here to our network. We are getting an IP address, so that is fine. And there was a bunch of extra cables here. So this part is done. Gonna try and mount this other camera, but my camera is gonna go right up over top of this electrical outlet, so I need him to finish. What I'll most likely do is move over here and mount the camera over here, and in my rush to get this done before they were doing this over there, I didn't run another cable for the front camera at the same time, so I'm gonna have to do this all over again for the other cable. Alrighty, finished pulling the cable for here, and we also pull one. Hopefully it's long enough it could go the rest of this distance up and out. I did pull a whole lot back that way, so I can pull some back. But instead of running two separate lines here, we're gonna daisy chain these off of each other, because both of these TVs are always gonna show the same thing. So that's where that one line hopefully come through that hole right there, wrap it around, go to the TV, go to the box, run another one, jump over to that way. And since it's white, we're trying to put it all the way up to the top as best as possible to hide it and go right there. So let me terminate these for this camera, for the left camera, mount that, make sure it's up, and then maybe go for the back when he's done. Alright, I didn't get as far as I wanted to, but we did make some good success. We got 3 cameras up. I need to run one more SDI cable for the back TV. That one right there is the one that's going up there. And we got more than enough slack if we need to pull a little bit further. Pop that towel back. I need to make I already did a hole on this one. I need to make a hole for the wires over there. Be back on Wednesday, pull those down, pull the mounts, pull the projectors down, put the mount, run our conduit. Hopefully it's long enough to cover that distance. It's gonna cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cables. We're gonna go across there, and then another conduit is gonna go up to hide those cables. So that's about it, and we will be back tomorrow. Alright, so I'm actually back a day early because there's a big storm coming here, so they're closing school early. Anyway, I came back here because I had to cancel my doctor's appointment so that I can be back to get my daughter from school. But so let me see what I can get done while everybody's here. If anything, I probably can do the conduit right there, which I did bring. I'm not sure if I have enough to cover this distance, so I might have to get some more to do that. Alrighty, so can we get in focus? Alrighty, so we got these conduit here. I think I have enough to get all the way across, but I'm probably gonna order another box just in case. So I kind of laid these out to show that I should have enough to cover all the way to right here. And if we get right here and go straight up, we'll be right there in the corner. So maybe drop the cables in that corner and then come into the conduit. Now, I think I'm using up all of the conduit that will just expand in this direction. So I think 5 more pieces may get me pretty much to right here. So like I said, I'm gonna order another box so we can come right here and get all the way over to this corner. This conduit is actually holding just an Ethernet cable and a sound cable, a quarter-inch cable. I'll probably pull that down and use this and just run everything in that conduit instead. So the idea, this will come all the way over to here. It'll form a T right in there, and then we'll just have everything fished back down. And they have conduit running all the way back here. So I'll probably might actually buy 2 boxes, and then we'll put a box and just either not pass through here, but probably pass through a little bit lower so that the cables will come out down there. And like I said, the same way we'll run up to right there, and then already got the cables there. So I just got to put a little notch, which I think a notch is already there for this cable. But we're just going to put our cables in there, and that's fine. And thankfully, these are all the cables that are going on this side. That's done. I still got to run the cable for the front camera and the Ethernet cable there. But I think we're good so far. And then also, they had a surge protector that was connected to the X32. I moved everything into this. So when you hit that on switch, that turns everything on. So I think that should be good. We can always move it back if they don't want it. Maybe put another plug right here for just sound, and then that's the video system right there. I went with a 1, 2, 3, 4. I went with a 6U rack because I thought a 9 was too tall. So you never know. I might get a 9, and I'll keep, because I was looking at getting a 6U, another 6U for my office. I might buy a 9U, give them the 9U, and I take this one. So that it will slide right up under there. So I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think this is really all I wanted to get done today. I do have the place right there, the space, the template for the TV. I have the studs marked. I believe, just like when I looked up here, there are metal studs, and showed in the video that I'm editing right now, y'all haven't seen, there's the access point that I missed. So I don't know if that's really needed now that everything is on the same network. I need to find out what that is to see if I can connect to it, and then we'll just unify all of this stuff. Unify. But anyway, back to here. When I looked up here, they're steel studs. So I think steel studs are here. So I need to get some self-tapping lag bolts so I can go through here. But then I'm going to put 4 lag bolts in there, and I'm going to put 4 toggle bolts. Not like the TV is going to be heavy. They're buying the TVs. So normally I would know with what I was using. So I estimated where that mount will be, but good thing I didn't really drill nothing. So I can move it up or down if need be. And it's more than enough space. And just like with the server conduit, we got spacers. So I'm going to run the power cable straight down. It will keep it in place so it's not going to block the camera. And then we can plug it right back in, as well as the other loop. That's the other cable that I ran that's going to feed the XLR that's going to go to the TV. So I think we are good. I still think we'll be able to do that. I might even try and break out the ladder and see if I can pull this up. I still got some time before I got to go pick my daughter up. So maybe I'll do that. There's the ladder he left for me. Alrighty, so the ladder is tall enough. I was able to get this one off. I don't have enough time to clear out the chairs to get to this one, but they're just on a hook, so that is easy. Lift it up, that comes off, and then we just got to find a path. And honestly, I might run another cable directly there instead of having to fish it. Just drop this cable down here, join it here with a coupler, then I don't have to go that far. We'll see. And then just got to figure out the type of studs we're going. Yes, it's wood, so this should be easy to go into. Up there we can use the existing lag bolts, then we should be good to go on this side. All right, so we'll continue this tomorrow.